How are you guys doing? I'm Joshua Ryan with FandomWire.
Good, man. How are you?
Hey,
Very
Joshua.
good. Rain, I actually met you, I think it was last year at a convention in a little town, Ocala, Florida, a little horse country. They held a
Yep.
convention. I have
Yeah.
your autograph right there from that.
Spookala.
Oh
Spookala.
yeah, exactly. Spookala. You
Yeah.
took my mints. You took a can. I gave you a canister of mints.
Oh,
So
thank you.
hopefully they were good. Hopefully they helped you get through.
I ate them all rectally.
So I had the chance to watch this movie, of course, and my first question is going to be for Christopher. For my day job, I am actually a first responder. So
Oh, no kidding.
I was very surprised and relieved to see how true to the first responder day of life the movie was. Where did you get that inspiration from? What made you want to write a movie or direct a movie about paramedics and the stresses that they deal with?
Well, my co-writer Patrick Pianezza was a paramedic for 12 years, and so he'd written
Oh,
the first draft, and he'd really just sort of opened up his veins and just poured out all these weird experiences onto the page. But he saw it as a comedy, and
mhm.
that kind of knocked me out because one, the job was nothing like I thought it was, and I think most of us watch TV and we all think we understand what a paramedic does, and we really don't. Um,
Right.
and the fact that he saw it as a comedy, that comedy told the truth, was completely fascinating to me. And so we started working on the script together and developing the story. And yeah, I learned a tremendous amount. And mainly
Well,
that I would be the worst paramedic in the world. And thank God other people do it.
it was very effective. It came across very realistic to the day-to-day life. Um, Rain, what drew you to it, or how did you prepare for it? Did you do any ride-alongs? Did you talk to paramedics?
Yeah, so we did some training with paramedics. We went through a basic first aid. We learned how to use all the different defibrillators and all the equipment and stuff like that. And along the way, we got a lot of stories about life
Hmm.
in an ambulance and first responders. And then we did an evening ride along with the LA Fire Department in South Central LA, which is not a typical experience. They get a lot of calls, but
Right.
the community down there doesn't have access to hospitals or walk-in clinics or even doctors. So 911 is how they get all their needs met. Um, whether someone's locked in the bathroom or needs a ride to the hospital or, someone, needs a little more medication or what have you, um, the firemen fill that role. So, but one of the things that struck me, and obviously, Joshua, you know this better than anyone, is just how vulnerable everything is because people are letting you into their houses. You're coming in, you're tromping into their bathroom and their
Right.
bedroom, and you see their, underwear hung up on the doors, and
Hmm.
people are at their worst. And as someone said the other day, um, this guy who had worked as a paramedic said, like, you also see like when the young boy becomes kind of the man of the family, you see some incredible transitions,
Right.
people having to take charge and take position of leadership in a sick family. Um, it's a beautiful occupation, and I'm really glad to hear you say that because that's what we most wanted to do is honor these people that are kind of forgotten heroes that are making just barely above minimum wage and saving our lives.
Well, I will say we've seen you play a lot of different characters. You fought a prehistoric shark. You've donned the red suit and super and all this. Is it harder playing a vulnerable, more real person, or than it is, kind of having the freedom to just go wacky? How's that different experience?
Well, Chris was very open to letting us improvise. Um, and I loved how this film allowed, as silly a comedy as you want to do, like they're called to the old folks' home and there's a dead body that's obviously been there dead for an entire day, probably.
Right.
Um, and they make that hysterical. And then there's scenes that are, deathly serious. And but we got to improvise and play and have fun, and it was grueling. It was hard work, but this film really was an actor's playground.
Right. So Christopher Rain talked about the tonal shifts in the movie, and there is a lot of tonal shifts. Uh, how intentional was it to make, drastic polar ends between, comedy and, like he said, deathly serious? How did you use that to the story's advantage?
Well, I think that's the job, right? Like that the fact that paramedic can go on a silly call, a silly kind of pointless call because grandma stubbed her toe, and then go to an accident where there's people have died, right? And so part of that was to actually capture what it feels like to be a paramedic, and that was the goal of the movie, is to feel like we're the fourth paramedic in the ambulance with everybody. But yeah, tonally, it means that everyone in the cast has comedy chops, but are like deep acting chops and can go to the dark side, and that transitioning between those worlds is a natural fit.
Right. Well, I think that my time is up, guys, but thank you so much for speaking with me. I really enjoyed the movie. Thank you for making a movie that puts a spotlight on first responders' day-to-day life, and I'm excited to see what you both do next.
Yeah, and thanks for saying that. And please spread the word among those first responders. The people that have seen it have all had the same. Normally, you do a film about real estate agents, and then the real estate agents all speak up and they're like, this isn't how it works,
Right.
But in this case, everyone that's an EMS worker, frontline worker, they see it and they're like, oh, wow, you really got it. And I'm sure there's some things here and there that we missed, or that are maybe a little outdated or wouldn't actually happen. But I love the fact that these workers like yourself kind of have
Right.
a movie that represents.
Well, I will say one thing before I go. I talked to one other person who also liked it, but they were like, it felt a little repetitive at times, and they said, and tonally, it was all over the place. And I said, yeah, but the job is repetitive. We're responding to a lot. We see a lot of different stuff, but we're also going to the same calls like over and over again. The job is just, here comes a call, now here comes another call. And the tonal shift, I said, was also intentional because, yeah, we will be having fun one moment, or go to a call that seems silly and ridiculous, and then go to another that's
And
really
15
serious.
minutes later, someone's bleeding out in the back of the ambulance. And,
Right. So
that's
I think you
the
nailed it.
reality. Yeah.
All right.
Well
Well,
said.